driving test on Hinckley on the 28th of May 2025, and as you can see, she's passed. Well done Emma. It's a fantastic result, and with this test there's going to be one or two little kind of traps that you'll notice as we drive around, and a couple of them, two of them, are quite early on. So we're turning left onto Brookside here, and she's just waiting for a space really. It can be quite a busy road, can't it, Brookside? So she's just waiting for a space and then she'll move on. And once we're out onto Brookside, she'll start to follow the sat-nav. Now, like I say, there's one or two traps on this test route, and there's one that comes very early on, and in fact it's
turn right, then turn right.
It's this right turn into Featherstone Drive. And the trap is that as you turn in, because of the way the road kind of undulates, it means that oncoming traffic sometimes disappears into a dip. And of course, there's cars always parked there, so you've got to be careful that there's nothing coming through. And today there isn't, so that's fine. And then there's more cars parked, so now she's having to just hold back and wait. Now she's just going to wait here. She's going to let the two cars come through, but she's doing a great thing here in that she's staying well back from the red car, and by staying well back from the red car, she can see, further ahead. And when she moves off, she can get away from the red car as well. She won't get close to it. Now this right turn here, it is a bit kind of, she's got to go over those lines, hasn't she? Just because of the way cars are parked there. And then she's going to pull in and park, and they're going to do a hill start. So that was the first one of the traps. And I've seen people kind of lose it there, where they've not realised that there's an oncoming vehicle because they're in the dip, and and so get caught out. But not today. Emma's got that pretty good. She's just about to move off. Now there is one or two mistakes in this test, although she has passed quite clearly. So we should be able to spot them as we go around. Such a grey, horrible day the 28th of May was. Right at this time of the day anyway. So that was one. There's another trap coming up. We're on Cowper Road. And on Cowper Road, it goes round the bend and then turns
After
right.
100 yards, turn right, then at the end of the road, turn left.
And it brings us on to Rugby Road. Now, when we're on Rugby Road, she's going to be asked to turn right and then left. Right at the end and then left at the end.
Turn right, then at the end of the road, turn left.
And so there's extra things to look at there. There's extra things to observe. So we know that Rugby Road, which is the one bang in front of us now, is quite a busy road. And that's the one she's going to end up on. And as we make the, not this one obviously, we'll just get out of this one. So at the end here, as we turn right and then left, you must make sure you have a good look over your right shoulder, because you're looking for things that are on...
Turn right, then at the end of the road.
That are on Rugby Road that are going to turn in front of you.
Right,
and that very often does happen. That very often does happen. So right shoulder now. Make sure you have a good look over there. Otherwise, life is like that, isn't it? It'll put a car there just going to turn in front of you. So that's a little section there, turning into Featherstone, onto Cowper, and around here. That's a little section there that's worth practicing.
Turn right, then at the end of the road, turn left.
So that you can get that right. Anyway, she's just waiting for this lorry, and she's looking for a space that's going to make it safe to cross the road. And you heard the handbrake go on there, didn't you, as well? How many times do I tell people to push the button in? Anyway, there you go. So we're going to get to the end. We're on Aldridge Road. We're going to get to the end and turn left. And so it's becoming quite standard now. It's just a left turn, left, right, like that. And again, she's just pausing a little bit. The car didn't actually stop. So she's making good observations there. And along here at some point, she's going to be asked to pull in and park on the left again. And she's going to just do a random kind of pull away. There we go, we're just pulling up now. And now the examiner's saying, okay, thank you very much, drive on when you're ready. So that's what she'll do. And what they're looking for here is to make sure that you indicate if necessary, which you can hear the indicator on, and that you check a good check in your blind spot before you move, and away you go. And once you are moving, then you know you get moving. You know, you don't just hang about, don't go really slow, but get up to the speed of the road as soon as possible. And she's done all of those things there.
Yards, turn left.
She's done all of those things there, so she's made a fantastic start. She's not been caught by the traps that have been set, and she's getting on with it, isn't she?
Turn left.
So at the end there, we're going to be turning left. And again, she's going to creep up. She's going to look and creep out. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect.
At the end of the road, turn left, then turn left.
Okay, so left and then left. Oh, Sally Satnav, she wants to play a big part
Turn
in this.
left, then turn left.
In this test, doesn't she? She's giving lots of instructions out. Where the sat-nav gives in lots of instructions like that, turn left, then left, like she's just done, it does mean that the two junctions are quite close to each other. And so you should...
After 200 yards, turn left, then go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
There you go. So you should be aware of that. So if the sat-nav says turn left and then turn third right on the roundabout, all she's saying is...
Turn left, then go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
That they're quite close and quite close to each other, and there won't be a lot of time when you get out of this junction before you get to the next one. So just be aware of that as well. And sometimes the examiners do that as well. So if that was the examiner saying that, you would also say the same thing. At the end, turn left, and then at the roundabout, take third right.
On the roundabout and take the third exit.
There we go. So she's just easing up. She's looking for a space or a blocker now. And, well, she's found a space and she's moving around. And actually that learner car was a blocker as well. And she's going to move off the roundabout. She's doing a lifesaver look, which is very, very important. And away. And again, we're on Rugby Road. So as we come along here on Rugby Road, this is one of the mistakes that she makes. You'll see in a few seconds. And, you know, it'll be very obvious. It'll be very obvious.
300 yards, turn left.
The sat-nav is saying turn left, and Emma now thinks that it means the roundabout. And it doesn't. It means this left turn here into, I think it's called Sketchley Road. And so she's going, oh no, I'm going the wrong way. And what's happening now is the examiner, she's realised she's gone the wrong way. So the examiner is saying, just go round this roundabout, do like a U-turn, take the fourth exit. Can't remember exactly the words he used. But that's what happens here. And he's doing that just to get her back onto the track, isn't it? Onto the kind of route of the actual test itself. She's coming back. She'll come back onto the right-hand lane, you'll see here. And again, the examiner's saying, well, you know, it was left, but now it's going to be a right turn. We'll take the next right, and then we'll start to follow the sat-nav again. And what Emma's doing here, she's using her speed now to find the space. And she's gone in behind the red car. And again, that's perfect. So she's back on again. She does know that she's made a mistake there. But she's been very good, actually, because she's not let it bother her at all. She's just kind of got on with it. And that's key to the test as well, isn't it? You know that you will make mistakes. Most people do. Very, very, very few people go around with making no mistakes and get a clean sheet. So very, 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 very few people do that. So you will make mistakes. And it's kind of how you deal with those mistakes is going to be a big part of whether you pass or fail, isn't it? You know, it's kind of your mindset. And what Emma's done here is she's just said to herself, right, well, okay, then I'll just get on with the next bit of driving. I'll let the kind of test take care of it, the test result take care of itself. And that's actually the best way. Have that kind of, you know, not nonchalant, but that kind of, that easygoing kind of frame of mind where that's concerned. And that very often gets you to pass. Very often, because
300 yards, turn right.
Because, you know, a lot of people are very, very good at driving but don't pass. And it's just because the kind of occasion gets to them. But Emma's not allowed that to happen. She's been stronger mentally, and she's absolutely played a blinder. And what's going to happen next is there's going to be a skip lorry that's parked over the road and you can't get through. And so she's going to be guided through by the kind of worker from the skip lorry. And what that means is she's going to have to mount the curb and go drive on the pavement for a little while. And so again, this is another thing that could throw someone without Emma's kind of attitude, without her frame of mind. It could have thrown them, but no, she's been stronger and she's been more thoughtful. And she said, well, you know what, if that's the only thing I can do, I can't sit here for an hour. If that's the only thing I can do, I'll just follow the instructions of this guy. He's going to tell her to wait. That's it. There you go. And so she's waiting, and you'll see a pedestrian appear just around there with the pushchair. And so now he's letting the silver car back out, and then he's going to beckon her on. And I promise you now, she will have looked in her left door mirror and over her shoulder before she mounted the curb, just to make sure it was absolutely safe. And then she's going to move forward. She's going to go up on the curb, up on the pavement and around. And actually, what else could she have done? So he's beckoning her on now. And there you go. Up she goes. And around we goes. This is a pass, folks. This is a pass. So we know that that's okay, isn't it? She's taken all precautions and she's done absolutely, extremely, brilliantly well there. And now she's going to be asked to turn right. This is an important one, Britannia Road, because it's not easy, Britannia Road, and it's another little trap. But first of all, they'll be turning right again into the car park here, where she's going to be doing her kind of reversing manoeuvre. So I advise everyone to go up and down Britannia Road well, it's in Barwell actually, in Barwell, because it looks very innocuous, but it's very bendy and there's lots of cars parked in strange places. And it does mean as you're going around it that, you know, very often you're in a dangerous position. You're kind of head on to any potential traffic that's coming your way. And also at different points, the opposite traffic is head on to you as well. So you have to be quite careful going down there. And I promise you, I've not been down there once when there hasn't been something oncoming. So I can't really remember because they're going to turn back onto Britannia Road, and let's see if she does have to give way to something along there. In the meantime, she's doing a very, very nice bay park here. And you'll notice that she's made a little angle for herself. So she's made like a 45-degree angle. There she goes. And then she's going to back in. I swear this is a bay park, a reverse bay park. Seems to be holding back. There we go. We're starting to reverse. She's got a nice angle. And it makes it easier. It makes the reversing part of it easier. Because you're already facing the bay that you want to reverse into. And she's getting herself in a nice position. It's a busy car park, so that's probably why she's having to stop and start. If there's any kind of, pedestrians moving towards her or cars that are now moving towards her, she will need to wait for those. But I think she's just repositioned there. And what a good thing about this as well is she is absolutely taking her time. She's not allowing herself to be rushed and to kind of think, well, I must get this over with. She's taking care of it. She's nurturing the car back into the bay. And again, that's very, very important. And that shows a brilliant attitude, a brilliant mental strength, doesn't it? That she's gonna do that, you know. She's just straightening it up. She's getting it into the bay there now. And you'll see it back up in a straight line. And eventually it will stop. And that is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant bay park. And that's another tip, isn't it? It's another bit of advice. When you're reversing, it seems like there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of eyes on you. And the thing to do is just to say, no. I am going to take my time. and I am going to get it right. And you know, the slower you go, the more often you'll get it in, won't you? So so again, brilliant, brilliant. She's absolutely pulled out all the stops today. That was a brilliant manoeuvre. And now she's being asked to find a way back to the exit so she can get back onto the main road, which, remember, is Britannia Road. I can't stress enough how important it is that you go up and down there. Another one is Twycross Road. Go up and down there a lot as well. It's similar to this. Anyway, we'll be turning right. Now, let's see. Well, already there's a car going past. She's not had to give, well, she's given way to that, but she's not on the road yet. So here we are. Can you see there's cars parked on both sides? And now we're in a head-on position. And there, already, there's something coming through. So she's having to just hold back and then go through. So she's slowed down to make progress. That is brilliant. And just around the bend here, there'll be more. But actually, she's going to be asked to pull in and park on the left in a few seconds so she can do an angled start on this road. So that's kind of helped her a little bit.
Yards, turn left, then at the end of the road, turn right.
That's kind of helped her a little bit because it allows her to go a bit slower. And we're going to be pulling in here. And when she takes the next left, that's still Britannia Road, but it's even more narrow than this road is. And, you know, I mean, today it doesn't look very busy, but I promise you there's always cars up and down it. It's a lot busier than it looks. It's quite kind of like that, kind of traps you in. So this is the third kind of trap, really, along this route.
At the end of the road, turn right.
So it looks pretty standard, doesn't it, on the video? But there's lots of little things. And here again, she's just having to hold back. She's going to go slow to make progress. You know, that's a cheat code, isn't it? That's a cheat code for passing your driving test, that is. That's fantastic. Look ahead and deal. Okay, so we're turning right at the end. This is going to bring us from Britannia Road onto Lutterworth Road. And it's going to be quite a long road that we're moving on to now. And this road's going to take us all the way out to the A5. And again, you can see there's a lorry coming through. And what Emma's going to do, because she's dead good today, she's going to just hold back a little bit, let the road clear. And again, she's held back to make progress. You know, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. She's been doing that for for a long time now, and she's always been very good at that. So good forward planning will make you pass. It's one of the keys, really. And there again, this could be a training video, couldn't it? She's doing this so well. Okay, she's a little close to that white car at the moment, so let's hope that she doesn't get too close as she moves away. I'm going to say that was a bit close. So she's let me down there. Yeah, that was a little close. There is a thing called shaving vehicles, and we want to stay away from the parked cars. So she's cleared where all the parked cars are now, and we can see the road is opening up. We're coming to the end, kind of the outskirts of Burbage, really, and the speed limit is going to change here. She's just being asked to sound the horn, and that's why it's gone quiet at the background. So yeah, she's just been asked to sound the horn, which she's done, and then the background noise will kick back in. So we're now on a 60 mile an hour road, aren't we? 60 mile an hour road, which takes you all the way to the A5. Now, while it's a limit, 60 limit, doesn't mean to say that you have to do 60 the whole way along it, because there will be times when the road bends fairly sharply. So you'll want to make sure that you're not going 60 round there, because you want to keep the car flat on the road. But in between the bends, there's quite long straights as well where you can get your speed up. So it's important where you can here to get the car to move, you know, to really try to get up to the speed of the road. And there'll be a point along here where she absolutely hits the 60, and the examiner will be looking out for that, and he'll be, you know, that'll be okay when she does that. And it's along this bit, isn't it? Even though you're climbing the hill, she's getting the speed up there. As she's coming up to the bend, it says slow, so she's easing off a bit, coming in. She's getting around, and then she'll accelerate away from the bend when she's got around it. Not quite yet. It's a long bend actually. Another little straight bit and a bend again. So now we're not doing 60 anywhere near, but now there's a straight bit. She's going to go. She's going to get her foot down, pedal to the metal, and get herself right up to the 60 miles per hour. And here she goes. And you can see, can't you, from the video, the car's moving now quite quickly. And at the end, she's going to turn right, according to Sally Satnav. So you're turning right from Lutterworth Road onto the A5. It's not the easiest. It's not the easiest road to get out onto, really, particularly if you're turning right at it. But here we are. She's going to creep up. She's going to go very slow. She's going to look, and then when it's clear, she'll creep out. And there's the handbrake going on. So that tells you that it's a bit of a hill, and she's just setting herself up, and away she goes. So very smartly out, actually. Very smartly out onto the A5 there. And you want to do that, don't you? When you see your space, go for it on that particular one. Because it's such a busy road, you might be sat there for 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to take the first exit on this roundabout here. And it's the new one, isn't it? I say new, it's a few years old now. But it takes you past the DPD and all of that business there. Is there anyone coming round? No, we're good. We found a space and away we go. And so now the speed limit has gone down to 50. This is a straighter part. You can see it's clear ahead. And again, it's important to show, isn't it, that you're confident enough in your driving to get up to that speed. And here we are. We're picking speed up now, and we're going to hit the 50. I know she does because she always does. So it's very, very good. Now, the thing that happens is another little trap on this test route is not the examiner, sorry, the sat nav is going to say at the roundabout take the third exit. And so just when she says that, there's a bend in the road, and then there is the sign.
100 yards, cross the roundabout and take the third exit.
So there you go. So she said now take the third exit, but there's no signs to look at. The sign is just around this next bend, and it doesn't give you a very long time to look at the sign and work out which the third exit is. So between you and me, it's the A5. It's the A5 to Nuneaton. There's the sign. So you've just got that little time to work that out. And it's the left-hand lane now that becomes the centre lane as we come down here. So from there, third exit is Nuneaton. And it's the left lane that becomes the centre lane. And that's where she's got to. So very, very, very good. She won't mind me telling you, I'm sure, that it took maybe 3 or 4 times to kind of get that, really. That's how that happened. And once she got it, she had it absolutely nailed. And we can see there on this day as well, she did. Just waiting for the lights to go back to green. And then she's going to find a lane that says A5 North. So everyone's moved off. And we're looking on the road surface. And she's got into the lane A5 North. It's a bit faded, but there it is. And then she's just going to stay in this lane and follow this lane around. And that's all she needs to do. And that's all she has done.
Then turn right.
Very important when you're going around these roundabouts, because it's always like almost like a right-hand bend, isn't it? It's very important that you don't drift on the inside and skirt over the lines there, which she's absolutely made sure she's not done. So this is brilliant. This is a brilliant test. She's doing so well. Back onto the A5 then. Still a national speed limit.
100 yards, turn right, then you have reached your destination.
And it changes, the speed limit changes here. The right turn here, by the way, is going to be in between Miller and Carter, and I think it's called the Hinckley Night. So that's it. So we're turning right here. Day 5 normally quite busy, quite quiet here today, so easy to cross the road this time. Just going to flow around. Now once the sat nav has reached its destination, what the examiner will say is thank you very much, I will take over the instructions from now, and the instructor is normal. Okay.
After 100 yards, you have reached your destination.
I don't know if they're the exact words, but that's kind of what they say. And that's what's happening now. So the noise in the background has disappeared just because, you know, the examiner's speaking a lot and not really allowed to let you hear what he's saying. But we're going to follow the road around, and it bends round to the right here, just up here. And then there's a roundabout quite quickly just after it. So we're just going to bend round to the right. There you go. And then there's a roundabout. I'm going to turn left at the roundabout. And the thing about this roundabout is still quite close to the motorway roundabout. It's close to that. And things coming up the road there, particularly from the right to the left, so they're going straight ahead, they're normally moving quite quickly because they're still in kind of motorway mode, if you like. So sometimes it looks like it's clear there when it's not. But this time it was, and we're fine to carry on. We're back onto Rugby Road. This is the third time that we've been on Rugby Road on this test. Obviously, we're going the opposite direction now, but this section is a 40 section, isn't it? 40 mile an hour section. So again, you can see that she's getting the pace up. She's hitting because there's nothing in front of her. There's nothing to stop her from getting up to the limit. So that's what she's doing. But at the roundabout ahead, she's going to be asked to turn right. And that'll be the third exit. So we can see the roundabout here. For reference, I think there's a school just inside that road. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, we're going to turn right here. And that will take us past the school. There's a lorry just coming up to the line. He must be turning left. And we're going round there to the right. And along this road. And it's called Sketchley something. It will appear on the screen, Sketchley Road. And on your right, so just again for reference, there's a school on the right there, and we've just gone right at the roundabout off Rugby Road and past the school. It's not a 20 zone. Sometimes outside schools they put a 20 zone down, don't they? But that's not one of those, so we still can, you know, get up to the speed. Although there's lots of speed bumps, so I'm glad that she's not doing 30 down here. Otherwise, my poor car wouldn't make it to the end of the week. Which, you know, we do want my poor car to make it to the end of the week, don't we really? Anyway, this again, Sketchy Road, it's long, it's wide, so easy really, easy peasy, and she's just making her way along the road now. Now when you get onto these kind of roads, it's kind of very easy to kind of lose a little bit of concentration, but here again, you'll see that Emma has just eased back, slowed down, and now she's going to make progress. Like I say, it's just a cheat code to get you through your test, and it absolutely works in a lot of situations. Left into Boyslade. There you go again. Every time, every one a winner. Every single one a winner. Brilliant. It's just forward planning, isn't it, really? It's just forward planning, and the test is all about forward planning. And again, there's a car coming through. Is she going to wait? This time, she's having to... Is she going to stop dead? Just there you go. But see the space she's left in front of the car to get around the van? That's intelligent driving, isn't it, really? That's saying to yourself, well, I'm going to make the next bit easy for myself, thank you very much. And that's what she's done. So very, very, very good. It's fated that she was going to pass today. She's done absolutely brilliantly. We're going to follow the road around, and it comes down the hill. And not much to say about this, really, is there? Just going to get to the end of Boyslade. Shops on the left. Very often there's a little fish van in that car park on the left there. And I always tell myself, I'm just going to, you know, at some point through the day, I'll nip in there and get some seafood or something. And I never do. Just because once that little section of my day is over, I've forgotten about it. But we're going to go left now at the end of this road, and that's going to take us back onto Featherstone Drive. So if you remember, Featherstone Drive was the second road that we were on at the very start of the test. And, you know, this is, again, quite a wide road, but still, she's eased back. She's gone slow. Now she's going to make progress. easy. It just makes everything easy. And that's a feature of this test. There's been lots of times she's had to do that. And every single time she's seen the hazard develop. And every single time she has, dealt with it in a brilliant way. And that's why she's passed, actually. That's why she's passed. Anyway, we've pulled up. I'm going to pull off again now in a few seconds. This is the fourth time, I think, that she's been asked to pull in on the left, or fourth or fifth, with different things. There you go. Just pulled away. And again, because you're back onto Featherstone Drive, you're back onto Featherstone Drive, and don't you, that you're going back toward the test centre now. So I say this in a lot of these videos, this is the time to bring your concentration to the highest point, because you'll recognize you've gone round the big loop that the test is, and you'll recognize that you're on your way back, and you'll be thinking, well, actually, that didn't take that long. I've done all right here. But no. What you've got to think is there's still a bit to go. I must keep my concentration up to the highest point it can be. Here's the dip, look. Here's the dip that undulates on Forester Drive. We're going to get to the end of it and turn left. Again, we're going to creep up, look, and creep out. Cheat code for the junctions. And there you go. It's good to have a cheat code. And there you go. So we're just going to now, at some point, we're back onto Brookside, aren't we? So at some point, we're going to turn right into the car park. And when we've turned right, then the examiner will go through the debrief. But before he does that, he'll say, congratulations, I'm happy to say that you've passed. And this has been a very good test. And I must say that the examiner here was very good as well. Because Emma's not the most confident person, and he's made it kind of a comfortable, kind of easy kind of situation to be in. And that's not why she's passed, though. She's passed because she's brilliant.